So it is good to be back and live doing a Q&A today. I am in my car, as you can see. I'm relaxing. Got the air on because it is hot. I have been on vacation. Yeah, I was connected to my car. Sorry about that. Didn't know I was still muted. So the first question I'm covering is, what's the difference between a radiologist and a radiology technologist? A lot of people get us confused. So I'm going to make it really easy. The radiologist is the doctor. We are not the doctors. We work with the doctors, and that's the doctor we actually work with as radiology technologists. No matter what modality we're in, those are our doctors. So if you go to school for radiology technology, you're gonna work closely with the radiologist, and they're gonna help you get certain protocols. They're gonna work with you doing fluoro cases. They're gonna work with you doing hysterosalpingograms, uh, arthrograms, different things like that. So myelograms, you work with the radiologist. They actually do those procedures. They go to school for medical. Hey, they go to school, medical school, and they decide to specialize in interpreting medical imaging, whether it's ultrasounds, MRIs, CTs, doing procedures, and they do procedures in all of them. We don't just work on the machines. We actually do procedures with the radiologist. And I'll tell you, like, as a CT technologist, so this is another modality. As a CT technologist, we don't just sit behind a scanner and scan patients. We actually have exams that are done where the radiologist is in lead, we're in lead, and live x-ray is going on where they get needles and put through the body in order to biopsy certain body parts to send off to the lab. Say someone has a mass or something deep in their lung and they need to get some tissue out of it. A lot of times it's done under CT guided biopsies. So that's the coolest thing about working in medical imaging. So you become a radiologist, which is a doctor. We are not doctors, but we work with the radiologists. Sorry, my eye is itching. Sorry. But they go to medical school. So whatever your country's medical school requires, and then you have to specialize in your specialty. They, after medical school, residency, they go into radiology if that's what they want to do. So some going to surgery, but we actually work with radiologists. So that's how you become a radiologist. You want to become a radiology technologist, you want to go to school at a program that's at least 2 years or 4 years. So you'll have an option of a 2-year program and a 4-year program. And that's how you become a radiology technologist. What's the best modality to cross train in first in CT or MRI? So there are so many modalities to cross train. I love to answer this, Bennett, because most people, they just focus in on CT or MRI. You have, when you go to school for radiology technology, you have over a dozen opportunities to cross train in. That is huge, y'all. CT is great right now because there is a huge shortage. There are so many CT jobs out there because everybody's running to MRI. I'll tell you, I do CT and MRI. I'm registered in both, and I flip flop. Who's ever paying me the most or has a schedule that works best for me? That is where I'm going to be working. And right now, CT techs are making the bucks. You also have interventional radiology. I don't think we talk enough about interventional. And some people don't want to do interventional because you do have to take a lot of call if you work at a hospital. Oh my goodness. You want to definitely look at going into interventional, and because it is going to be an option for you. It is definitely a big option. And I don't think many people really think about it as a viable option. And it really is, y'all. I'm telling you. Great schedule. You make a good amount of money. Um, you make a good amount of money, and it's an opportunity for you to work really closely with the radiologist, and you're able to take a lot of call if you like taking call. Um, yes, I am in the US. How do rad techs compare to MDs with the radiology residents? So there's two different things. That's what my question answer was. A radiologist is a doctor. We are not doctors, so there's no comparison because they're two different professions. We work alongside radiologists who do procedures, interpret imaging. We take the imaging so they can interpret it. They do procedures under guided imaging that we operate, and we work alongside them to do that. So ultrasound, they do some biopsies. Mammography, they do some procedures. MRI, we work with doctors all the time in doing breast biopsies and other biopsies. Even in the OR now, doctors work alongside MRI technologists live doing MRI. So it's pretty cool. It's actually a 3-year course in India. It doesn't matter where you're at. Your radiology degree is going to be different wherever you live. because there are certain guidelines. So in the US, it's 2 years or 4 years. It just depends on where you go. And that's just a start. We have master level practitioners here in the US when it comes to radiology technologies. We can actually do some procedures that the doctors do when you reach that master level. It's like being a physician's assistant or a nurse practitioner. That's one of the really cool things about going to school for radiology technology. First is you have over a dozen, here in the US, you have over a dozen modalities open to you. And one thing that I appreciate about going to school for radiology technology first is that it just gives you options, y'all. If you're thinking about going to school to become a radiology technologist or work in medical imaging, I highly recommend that you start out in radiology technology, because then everything's open to you. If you choose one of the primary modalities, and you can look at my other videos and try to figure out, I'm going to see if I can pin, let's see. Nope, can't do that. I'm trying to see if I could pin a video, but I don't think it's going to let me do that. Put a video on here that shows you. You can go to my playlist and be able to check it out. But yeah, I'm going to tell you, it is one of the best things that you can do is learn another modality. Learn another modality when you get into medical imaging. Don't just stay right in x-ray. Add another one, whether you go back for it. And that's the thing, when you are a radiology technologist with a degree in it, you are able to now go to radiation therapy for only 1 year. You can, for an extra year, you can go to be a radiation therapist, a nuclear medicine technologist, ultrasound technologist. And if you already have a bachelor's, you can go ahead and go to a master's level program and become a radiologist assistant. So many opportunities. So many opportunities. Good questions. No, not flexing a big sunroof. Just all my cars have had big sunroofs. I bought a 4Runner. It didn't have a sunroof because I didn't want to spend the money, and I regretted it. I had that car for 20 something years and I loved it. But this is what I would say. I never was going to be cheap on my next car because you got to pay for it anyway. So I decided that I was going to get a sunroof in every car. All of my cars since then have had sunroofs. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you all have a sunroof? I'm going to put a question here. Answer this for me. Do you all have a sunroof? Start the Q&A. Here we go. Put that. Oh, I'm trying to move it out the way. So it's right over my face. Sorry, I cannot move it. My dream college offers a rad tech program, a rad tech diploma, and MRI second discipline. Is this usually common in your field? So I'm not sure what country you're in, but in the US, we have degrees, not diplomas, for a radiology program. So if a program in the States is offering a diploma and not a degree, you won't be able to work because you're not going to an accredited program that follows the curriculum that will offer you a degree. So that's what you want to make sure of. I'm not sure where you're at, but in the States, you have to graduate with a degree. Maybe you mean that by diploma, but diploma for us can mean differently. So that's why I want to clarify and make sure if you are in the States, you have to have an associate's degree at a minimum. And then after that, then you can add on certifications after that. Once you get your ARRT and finish your degree, you can cross-train. You can go to classes. You could take an extra year of studying and cross-train in any modality. Everything's open to you after that when you go to radiology technology school. Love the videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Do you guys have a sunroof in your car? Let me know. I want to know how many people have a sunroof. That's a good question. Let's see. Any more questions? So someone asked me, which modality do I like the most? I would say the modality that I like the most depends on the day of the week. It truly depends on the day of the week. So some days I don't feel like moving a lot, especially after I just came back from vacation. I'm tired. I'm jet lagged, y'all. And I just did not feel like moving a lot. So those are my days I really appreciated having an MRI day where I am not jumping up every minute, every 3 minutes for a patient. CT, you are up and down, up and down, up and down. So you're from Brazil. How many people in this chat? Let's see. Nobody answered the question on the sunroof. So let's start a new one. How do I end the, oh, there we go. So let's start a poll. Do you work in healthcare? Who works in healthcare? Healthcare. Let's see. Yes, no. Yes, no. And if you want to put in what kind of healthcare you work in. Do you work in healthcare? So I started a poll there. Look, I made it small this time so it didn't cover me. Let's see. Okay, because we got people from India, Brazil, US. We got people from everywhere. So definitely let me know who works in healthcare. If you do work in healthcare, put it in the poll for me, yes or no. And then put in the comments here, where do you work in healthcare? Like, are you a nurse? Are you a doctor? Are you a resident? Are you a radiology technologist? Do you do MRI? Like, let me know what you guys do. I want to know who's following me, what you do for healthcare. And if you don't work in healthcare, tell us what you do anyway. It's good to have you here. So people ask me, just coming back from vacation, I was so tired. So, I got a question. Is radiology too risk to do? I mean, will it cause cancer through radiation in the future? Good question, Bajish. Um, there's no research that says people who work in this field have any more cancer than anybody else. Like, was their cancer caused by this? I haven't found any. But is it possible? Yeah, anytime you expose yourself to things that alter DNA, yeah. But, I'm not standing in radiation. I work at MRI most of the time, so I'm not around ionizing radiation, which alters DNA. When I work at CT, I'm not in the room. The patient's the only one in the room. When I'm doing biopsies with radiologists, is it's not being you're not being radiated while you're doing a biopsy, unless they have to do something where they're right in there. But usually we scan the patient where the needle is, or we find it, they bring them out, put the needle in, draw what they need, then we move them back in, take more images, but everybody's out of the room then. When I worked in x-ray and did fluoro cases, yes, it was live fluoro going on, but they weren't on that fluoro, and you weren't standing right up on it. We would still step back, distance and time. We put in certain parameters to make sure that you stay as safe as possible, right? So nothing, that would say you'll get cancer from working in here. Now, nuclear medicine deals with liquid radioactive material. So if you're careless and you spill those things on yourself, or something like that, then yeah. But we try not to be careless in this profession, no matter whether you're working with liquid radiation, live radiation, or whatever. We take precautions not only for the patient but for ourselves, and we're taught that as well. What is a great job to start in rad tech? First, start as a radiology technologist. That's what I would say. Go to school and start, Brenda, as a radiology technologist. Go to school for that 2 years minimum. Max programs are bachelor's degrees, but to enter a associate's degree is all you need. And start there. And if you want to increase your degree, then go to have your employer pay for your bachelor's program. That's what I would suggest. Mikhail says, how competitive was the program you took? It was very competitive, and this was 20 something years ago. It's very, very competitive. So yeah, very competitive even then. But now I hear the wait list for radiology programs, y'all, for rad tech programs is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Like, it is a lot. So how are travel tech positions, Bennett wants to ask? I like travel positions. Of course, you get something that works for you, but I like traveling. I like PRN. I have not been full-time in a long, 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 long time, and I don't foresee myself going back full-time. You never know. The times I have worked full-time, I didn't think I would. The first time I did it because the job was just amazing opportunity. And then I realized, I got to make this time for myself. I don't want to get stuck in a job just because it's comfortable, just because it's a good job, just because they really love me and respect me, but it's not serving my long-term goals. So that was the first reason I quit my first full-time job and went PRN. The second job that I was full-time in, I did it because I needed to be closer home and have more stable schedule. because my father was getting sicker, and I had to juggle my own family along with my father's, needs and things like that. So, that was one of the things that I would definitely realize, that, you have to, oops, sorry. Yeah. You have to make sure you get a profession or a job, a schedule that works best for you. That's what I would say. Get a job that works best for you and your schedule. I like traveling. It is not for everyone, because you're going to be put in situations where people are not the nicest. The situation, the job is not the best equipment. The patients are not going to be the friendliest or the easiest to do. But the pay might be what you need. So it all depends on the schedule. If you could do something, make a certain amount of money in 13 weeks, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Versus working permanently somewhere and you're not really getting that money. So, excuse me. So that's what I would say. Well, my lunch is almost over. Thank you guys for joining me. I did this for 20 minutes. I will be back regularly on lives. I promise. I'm back from vacation. Thank you. Let's see what the results in this poll were. Let's remember how to do the poll, if I can remember how to do the poll. And be sure to check out my book. I have a children's radiology book. I don't know if you guys know that. It's called Rachel the Radiographer. And it is just the cutest little thing. Oh my goodness. So be sure to check out Rachel the Radiographer. She is pinned down here. It is in the live stream, so you can catch it right here, down there. There you go. I just pinned it. You can grab a copy. Thank you, Bennett. You can grab a copy, racheltheradiographer.com. You can get it right here on YouTube. Donate one to your children's school. Donate one to your local library, to your hospital. Yeah, you can put it in your child's library at home. This is a book to encourage reading and also to introduce children to a profession beyond just being doctors and nurses. Expose your kids and enrich their imagination. And this book is so much fun, filled with beautiful colors, hardback cover book. It is just, I'm excited about it. So I want to share this poll results with you guys. Anybody know how to see these poll results? Because I sure don't remember how to do it. I've been off lives for so long that I can't remember how to even see the results of the poll, y'all. This is a shame. Let's see. I'm going to figure out how to do this. Let's see. Nope, that's not how you do it. Oh, well, maybe I'm not going to remember. Let's see. One more thing. Anybody tell me how to see the results for the poll? Okay, so I can kind of see it. 39% says yes. 81% says no, they do not work in healthcare. So those of you that said yes, if you're still here, let me know if you want to. Where in healthcare do you work? Yeah, 39 and 61. Sorry, I couldn't see. 61% said no. So the 39%, what part of healthcare do you all work in? I would love to know that. And be sure to check out my pinned children's book, Rachel the Radiographer, in YouTube here. And yeah, support a sister. Appreciate a portion of the book sales go to a scholarship that I fund through the book. It's for radiology tech students. And thank you guys so much. Have a good night.